Give it to me.
It's not like bad, I would just rather it be soft.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Dude, it's a fucking shit show.
Oh god, okay. Tell us, sis.
We're back. Back and better than ever, baby.
Hell y'all.
What is this, episode 4? Getting into some fun story time.
We love it. We just inhaled some gluten-free cookies.
Yeah,
Well,
she
Savannah walked in with a cookie.
and then didn't offer anybody a cookie.
Because I knew that they would hate them because I'm gluten-free.
And she's right, they're awful.
Yeah, they made me go get them a cookie, bring it back just for them to eat it and go, ew. And I was like, I know.
It literally
It's
tastes
not a
like
cookie though, it's a chocolate chip cracker.
And that's what I said when I
Yeah.
Listen to this crunch. That's a cracker.
That's a cookie.
It kind of has like a weird like soap taste.
I know. That's why
Like
I didn't
someone-
offer you one.
Someone baked it in like a soapy pan.
At least it's clean. What are we talking about
Just-
this week? Oh my god.
Our worst dates.
Oh, and baby, do we
Oh.
have some bad ones.
Yeah.
I think Savannah takes the winning for this one though of having the worst day.
The worst 17
I
dates
don't know
that
what
she's
it
had.
is.
So Van, I think you need to start us off strong.
Real strong, baby. Okay.
Tell us about it.
Well, I would just like to preface, I'm not a fucking serial dater, okay? It's gonna sound like it, but I'm really not.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'll like get out of a long-term relationship and then I'm like, I'm free, and I'm like, date. And then
serial
She's
dater.
fine.
but it's only for like a very short period of time.
This is true.
So I do
really
just
condense
want,
it.
yeah, I really do just want to preface by stating that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think like the first like bad date that I ever really had was, you know, like right off the bat when you just meet them and you're like, yeah, this is absolutely going
But
nowhere.
you're stuck. You're at the date.
Yeah. So, and of course it's a movie.
Oh.
So I'm like, I knew it. So we go in, we sit down, the previews start playing, right? I go
gotta
to
go.
the bathroom. I go to the bathroom. I call an Uber and I leave. The movie didn't even start yet.
Wait, so I feel like
didn't know
that boy had a bad date, not you.
Yeah, you
No,
go out.
that's still bad for me.
Did
I
you
had-
hear from him? Did he text you? Like, what did you think happened?
So this is what I did. Well, after I called the Uber, I blocked his number so that he couldn't call me.
Oh my god.
So I don't know what he said. I don't know how he felt about it.
How did you meet him?
We met, this was like 3 years ago.
Oh
This
my
was like one of the few times that me and,
He almost said his name again.
that loser boy broke up.
Yeah.
Like one of those in between times. And I lived in Tempe, and I think we met at like the place I worked. I worked at like a smoothie shop.
Cute.
He came in, we went on a date, and it was just like not going anywhere. I was like, this is weird.
I can't believe you
Ever-
blocked his
I guess
number.
Because we
Good
walked,
air.
we were like walking around outside until the movie started, talking, went in, and I'm like, no, it's not happening. So that was like my first ever like bad date.
And you really started it with a bang.
Yeah, you did.
Apparently.
Fucking ditched.
Second one, this was also in the same time period, and it was also, I was working at this salon, and it was this older guy. I knew he was older, but you know, he pulled up in his G-Wagon
Ooh.
like every day, super cute, like asked me out one day, and I was like, okay, knowing he's older, but I was like, whatever, it'll just be fun. So we like went and got sushi at the W, and it was like
Wow.
super, yeah, I was like,
Okay.
okay, this is going good, this is fun. And then we're just having conversation, and he talks about his daughter. I'm like, okay, like how old is she? Mind you, I think I was like 19 at this time.
I'm
This
pretty
was
sure
a long time
I
ago.
remember you telling me that.
Yeah, I was 19. And he's like, oh yeah, she's like 14 years old. And I was like, oh, okay,
How old are
so
you?
what's her name? I might know her. I might have gone to school with her. I don't know. So
Did we
then,
have class together?
yeah. So that was awkward because that was kind of early on while we were eating. And then I had to sit through the rest of the date knowing like, okay, this dude has a 14-year-old daughter.
Oh my god.
So
Did you
that
ever
was
find out
bad,
how old
and I
he
never
was?
talked to him again. Yeah, he was 34. I knew how old he was,
Oh, so
or like I knew he was older, and then I knew he was 34. But
19.
I don't want to
now
have like a
and dating.
stepsister / stepdaughter type of situation.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an age
So that was also weird. And then I told you guys about this one. This one is actually a more recent one.
Okay.
That fucking weird guy who lied about his age.
Oh.
And then the gym boy.
Oh my god.
And remember, yeah, I thought I was gonna have to like call the cops, honestly. But we go to a bar, we're drinking, having fun. It was actually really good. I was like feeling really good about this guy. He was super fun. He had way too much to drink, that's for sure. Got super touchy, super weird. Like first he would like grab my face and like kiss me, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of hot.
Yeah.
But then it like
In your
just
public.
started getting and I was like, I don't want to be those people who are like making out at the bar. And then, but he just kept doing it. And then the bartender, I think, got an idea that I was uncomfortable, and he like went to the bathroom, and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I don't know, actually." So she kind of just like hung around, and then he fucking takes his hand, shoves it down my shirt to like grab my tit, and I was like, "No, this is it." And I like took his hand and like ripped it out.
Why
and
do
then,
men feel like that is
Yeah.
ever
I
acceptable?
don't know. And he got mad. He got mad at me.
No.
He was so pissed. He was like, "Wow, I didn't know you were like that. Wow, like I
Like
thought we were just
what?
having fun here." And I was like, I got my phone out, and he's like, "Oh, are you gonna call an Uber?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Okay, good. I think you should." And so I call one, and then I like walk out to leave, and he's like, "You actually did it?" And he got even more mad, and he was like, "Wow."
Why would I want to be here?
Yeah, he's like, "You know, you really missed out on a fun guy." I don't know. Just
Ew.
got super disgusting.
I'm gonna throw up.
So I went and waited outside by the
Shucks.
security, and yeah, that was weird. That was bad, and I went home crying because that was right after my last relationship.
And you're like, this is
Where
what
I
I
was
have
like,
to
yeah.
expect?
Because I was still not over it, but I
Yeah.
like forced myself to go out with somebody, and then that happened, and I was like,
Well, this is a bummer.
this. Yeah,
I'd be so angry.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
it
was
was not awful,
disgusting.
him.
I just like felt so gross after that.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It's probably the worst of the worst, honestly.
Just the worst because it's just so much disrespect, and it's just
Yeah.
not something.
And
that
then you
can
have like
make light of.
expectations for like a boy too,
Yeah.
and then they act like that. You're like, is this real?
Yeah.
Is
I
this
could
like
not believe it was
Especially when it was
happening.
going so well.
Right. Yeah, we were totally hitting it off. This was like, oops, towards the end of the night.
Think we're gonna have to pause.
It's good. Okay. It's good, it's good. Yeah. And just to like be like, oh, I'm gonna go out, have fun, take my mind off of things, and then for that to happen. And I still lived with the ex, so then I had to go back home to him after
See
that.
him.
brutal?
Like after that
itself.
whole situation. Oh my god. Torture.
Alright, what's another one?
And then, oh, this is also a recent one. The guy that lied about, no, he didn't lie, but like his Instagram looked way different. And
Ooh,
remember, I
this
called
one was bad.
Sam for this one. This is kind of another fucked
this
up one
like
on my
a-
part, but no, he didn't make it to the list. That wasn't a bad date. It just wasn't the best. But yeah.
You had this
So,
guy come pick you up.
He did not look like he did in his Instagram photos. And so I walk, my apartment is like, I don't know how to explain it. Like I have to walk down to the front to like get out
Yeah.
to the parking lot. And so he's waiting down there. I walk out, like I'm like looking around because I don't even know that this guy is him. And then he walks up and I'm like, oh, hi. Like give him a hug, and then I was like, oh shit, I forgot something. Like I didn't even know what to say. I was like, oh shit, I forgot something. He was like about to open the door for me to get in. And I was like, oh shit. So I get in the elevator and I call Sav, and I was like, I don't know what to do. I was like, what do I say? Like I'm not going back out there.
She's like, a guy is here to pick me up for a date. I saw him. He looks nothing like what he does on Instagram, and I'm not going back down. Like, I refuse.
Yeah, I was like,
And so
I'm
we
not
like
gonna
were
go.
brainstorming while she's like in the
Yeah.
elevator.
I waited a while. I think I waited like 20 minutes, like on the phone with you, trying to come up with something. And then I was like, oh shit, my dog got out. Mind you, I live on the 3rd story.
Apartment complex.
I was like, oh my.
It's gated.
And he follows me on Instagram. Like he sees like I have a fucking balcony.
Yeah.
You knew it.
I was like, oh
not.
shit, my dog got out.
Was he like, let me help you find
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, that's what he responds. He goes, oh, I'll like come help you, and I'm like, no, it's okay.
He knew.
And,
He knew.
I waited even longer. He's like, okay, well, like I'm still out here. Literally an hour later. So, and this is maybe a little bit fucked up on me, but I just didn't say anything. And then he texts me later being like just so you know, yeah, he was like, just so you know, you're the worst person I've ever met, or something like that.
Mm-hmm. He
And I was
was
like,
like,
no, we didn't really meet, you know. So,
he only shook my hand.
but I think that actually, I'm not in the wrong. I think he is, because he has to know that like he doesn't look like those pictures.
That he's
he has to know.
Wait, like how
that can't be the first time that's happened to him. Like
It was pictures
It's
of
his
him,
fault.
but he like overly edited them or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like, how
he
was he
just
different,
just
though?
looked like way cool.
Way cool. We have a ball. He looked way cool on Instagram.
Oh my god.
Oh
Okay.
my god.
My grandma. He just looked so much cooler, and he like was like on motorcycles. I sound stupid, but he just looked way better in his pictures, and like he edited them, and he was a photographer, and I think he was really good at editing and
Or like angles.
yeah. And he looked way taller too. And then I meet him, and I'm like, ugh. It was also like I'm in quarantine, and it's like he definitely had some grown out hair.
Maybe he just
like
look at his
he
best.
looks like rough. Like he had been through some shit before he got there. And I was like, I really, or like aged like 10 years.
Oh.
How
Like
old
he
was
just
he?
he just did not look okay. He was around my age.
He didn't
I
know.
don't even know. He wasn't like, he definitely wasn't old, but like he just, yeah, it just wasn't the same at all. Like that had to have
That
happened
was so
to him
funny.
before.
Yikes.
Oh my
I
God.
think it's his fault for misportraying himself.
Catfish.
Just be honest.
Exactly. Okay, do you have a last one that you want to give us?
Yeah, the last one, South African boy.
Ooh.
So we hung out a few times. I really liked him as a person. Like we totally hit it off in that way. We're both like Geminis, and like he was super. I met him from yoga, so he was super like spiritual and like cool. And I think we just hit it off really well as friends. But I also had like just gotten out of relationships. So I was like, okay, I'm trying to distract myself. I'm gonna like try to like this guy. So we actually went on a few dates, and then you came out, Sab. You came out to visit, and where
She
were
says,
we?
Yeah.
I was working a festival,
Oh yeah.
and
Okay.
we went out after.
Oh,
and
but
I was,
wait,
like, the
funny
first-
story right before that happened was when we were on that picnic in the hammock, and he tried to kiss me, and I was like, oh, I think we should just be friends. He gets so pissed, gets up, says, can you get out of my hammock, packs it up, calls
Bitch,
an
boy
Uber,
packed up and
leaves.
left.
He's like, can you, yeah. Like, there was no space, like, it was literally like, we should be friends, get out of my hammock.
Kicked her out of her hammock.
He said, can you get out of my hammock? Starts like untying it, packs up, leaves.
So this was at the festival?
No, that was
this
after.
was like, oh, it had to have been after.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Savannah hung out with us.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh yeah, we went to a festival, and then we went out into like Phoenix or something.
Yeah, we went out.
And we were at some bar, and we're all hanging out. He was in love with Savannah. I kid you not. He had to have been.
I don't know.
So I'm sitting in the middle, right? Savannah's on my right, he's on the left. Like, he's leaning over me to talk to her. I was like, should I, like, do you guys want some time? Like, I knew Savannah, like, wasn't doing anything, but, and then he was trying to go snowboarding with you.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're going, let's
like,
go. I'm
invited
like, I
you to
totally
your trip.
don't know
Yeah.
you. He messaged me on Instagram about it and was like, what time are you going? What this or that? I just never replied.
Yeah.
Followed me right away.
Oh.
Was really into it.
in love with you. So that's why I thought he would be okay with being friends.
And then he was upset.
Yeah.
He's
so I
back in
don't
his
know. I
hammock.
don't think he knows what he wants.
Maybe he was giving, because this kind of goes into the other story. Maybe he was like being overly friendly to be like, I can get along with your friends. You know, like,
But
I
to
don't
invite
think so.
himself on your trip,
like that's
a little
what it reminded me
extreme.
of Leprechaun
Leprechaun
Boy.
Boy.
Yeah. So
Well, because the same thing happened. If I'm gonna kickstart my bad dating stories,
Yes.
I think one that goes very well is is Macy and Savannah came out to visit me in LA for a weekend. We go out, this boy that had been trying to hang out with me all the time, messaging me for months, like was trying to hang out with me, and I finally said, okay, come meet me and my girlfriends. We're out at a bar, blah, blah, blah. We hit it off. He seems so into me.
He was so cool the whole time.
So cool.
Yeah, he was like super sarcastic. Like we were giving him shit, and he was like
You were
totally going with it.
You were calling him the wrong name.
No.
Like,
Yeah,
we were so drunk. He kept up. Like, he drove us around. We went and got food after. Like, we're hanging out till like 3, 4 in the morning. And I was like, wow, that was really great. And he's like, I want to see you again. Like, blah, blah, blah. And he was being nice to you guys. But for a moment when we were eating food, I was like, I think he's into Savannah because like he keeps asking her questions.
Yeah, it did get a little like personal there for a second.
Yeah, but I was like, whatever. I want you to like them, so go ahead.
Right.
We get home. He follows both of you on Instagram. I said, okay, cool. Then he messages Savannah, and then he keeps messaging Savannah, and then he goes and likes all her old photos, and then he starts ignoring my messages. And then, still to this day, we've never hung out again. He never, like, tried to hang out again, and he'll just go back and, like her pictures from, 100 weeks ago of her, like, doing a yoga pose where her ass looks amazing. And it's just a little weird. So, I feel like we're fair. We're even on that one.
Could have just switched.
I know.
The fuck?
It's fine. So that was weird, and that was kind of, like, my first experience in LA, like, where I started being open to talking to boys, and I was like, oh, okay. But then, after that one, this other guy that had been trying to talk to me for a while, like, kept being like, no, whatever. I finally said, okay, but we didn't say that we were going on a date. It was like, let's just chill, like, let's hang out. Yeah, no, it ended up being like an 8-hour date. He came back to my house, like, whole shebang, very confused, in a situation I don't know what to do. I was texting you guys in the group chat, like, how do I get this guy to leave my house? I feel so uncomfy.
Because you stayed the night, didn't
Yeah, I had no escape, and I was like, this is like, do I leave? Like, I was making it so
I have an
obvious.
appointment.
It's
At 2 a.m.
literally to the point where my roommate was like, Savannah, like, we got stuff in the morning, we better not have any guests over. And he's like, it's alright.
I'll leave when you leave.
Literally what he said.
I'm a morning person.
He's like, it's okay, let's just set the alarms.
Oh god.
Oh, gross.
Oh, that was a bad one. Because it was a bad one you weren't expecting to be bad. Like,
And like,
Yeah.
don't go to someone's house and stay the night without them welcoming you and like saying you should stay the night.
well, and if I'm suggesting you to leave,
Like, get the
boys
hint.
get the hint. If
That's
a girl
why it's
ever
so
suggests
hard.
it,
Yeah.
it means leave now. Like,
And, like,
don't even put on your
We're
shit
not gonna
shoes.
pay for your Uber, so figure
No.
it out and fucking
Walk
get the
home.
fuck out of my house.
Exactly.
Ugh.
It was bad.
That's why,
There was
like-
no escape.
Yeah, I feel like I like to go to Guy's house. Guy's house.
That's not a sentence.
Yeah.
Guy's house. Guy's home.
I go to Guy home.
Geico?
Where are we going? Heroin? Hero?
Oh no.
Here we go.
But yeah, I would suggest that too.
Yes.
But it
No,
was,
I have a horror story of doing
Well,
that.
unless
Just
you
go to
don't
like
know
a
them.
mutual location.
that's where we were at the beach just hanging out. Like, it literally was not a date. It was like, hey, I'm gonna be at the beach if you want to hang, if you want to chill. Yeah, sure, okay, let's link up. 3
So how'd you end
a.m.
up at your
I'm
house?
stuck. I did in my But that's still when I felt like, okay, this
Yeah.
is chill, like, this is going fine. Like, I did like him, like, as a person, as a friend, it was going good. And then
But that's like, okay, the night's
it
over.
takes a turn and you
leave.
have no escape.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really tired. I'm gonna go to bed.
I said that. He said, me too. I said,
I'm gonna go to bed with you.
Oh my God. That's why, okay, so a good segue to get out of that is to be like, oh, like, are you gonna drive or do you need an Uber?
I said that too.
Oh.
And he said, no, I'll
Stay.
I'll stay.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna change into my pajamas.
Every
Oh my
he's like,
God.
I actually have a pair in my car. Every option I gave to be like, leave, it was like, oh no, don't worry, I have a solution. And I was like, no, I'm not trying to fix this. I'm trying to get you to leave.
Go home.
Literally.
Yeah, so there was that one. And then I would say a classic good LA boy, just great story, is this boy had messaged me on Instagram, as I feel like guys slide into DMs all the time, and I actually DM them back because my first thought is, okay, how many girls have you DM'd before me? Like, what? You don't know me. Like, you just saw my pictures
and
were like,
I want to. Right now. Or?
Exactly. So I always ignore them. But this guy was super cute. When I was trying to get into like the dating scene, I was hoping. I was like, okay, you know what? I'll give this guy a chance. He's super cute. I messaged him back. We were talking back and forth. He sets up a date. He had followed me on Instagram, but I hadn't followed him back just because I didn't know who he was. I was like, okay, I'll go on a date with him, like, see how it flows, and then we will, whatever. Didn't think it was a big deal. And then we're going back and forth in conversation. I don't know how he gets brought up, but he goes, wow, nice to see you didn't follow me back. And I thought he was joking. And I was just like, haha, yeah, like, you're a stranger, like, waiting till our first date. And he just goes off on me. Like, literally sends a paragraph about, I'm not going to waste my time on someone that doesn't even want to see what I'm doing with my life. And blah, blah, blah. Like, just going off about how rude it is. And I'm not wasting my time on you. Have a good life. Like, better luck. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, are you serious?
Oh, because you didn't hit that follow button.
Yeah, he's like, I followed you. I cared about what you were doing. And you couldn't even do that back. Like, why would I want to go on a date with you? I don't know you. And I literally said that. I was like, I don't know you. I was waiting to see how the date went and to see if...
Well, you kind of, like, got out of that one then. Because, like, if that's the type of person he is.
Right? That was my, like, those 3 were all my LA experiences. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm okay. And I was single for a very long time.
I think you're not going to go on a date.
I don't think I like boys. So I gotta stay home.
I don't like any human interaction.
Yeah, so it went downhill, and now I know to never DM a guy back. I know to never think that someone is just a friend, and I know to never invite a boy that you like out with your girlfriends because they're gonna fall in love with them, obviously.
Obviously.
Like,
no, but it's also a good test too, like, because if you can be around us, then like, okay, you can hang, you're good.
But that's what I thought, because with the last guy.
Yeah, okay.
The last time I ever saw him was with all 3 of us, and then he ghosted me. So, but also
well,
a
not
test.
only ghosted, but
blocked. That's a whole block.
Wow, aggressive.
I was on the phone with Savannah just like crying about how all these people are blocking me. I was like, it's just so harsh. Like, I imagine them going on their phone like, oh my god, Savannah, block!
Oh my god.
Like, it's so...
I want to see you again. Block!
Like, it's so harsh.
It's such an extreme.
It's so extreme. No matter the people, there's no one I feel the need to block unless you're like creepy or something, but there's no human where I'm like, I like them or I dislike them this much, I'm gonna block! Like, I just unfollow.
Yeah.
That hurts.
I mean, I have people blocked, though, for sure.
And did you hit it with that much intensity?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think anybody to do with my ex, I blocked because he was just like this.
Well, yeah, that's like a different.
Yeah, I wouldn't go on a date and be like, oh my god, actually I did. And this is like where my story fucking starts.
Start your story, sis.
I literally, so I met this boy right after I had just been dumped for the 3rd time by the same boy. And I met him through Instagram, which we've all learned our fucking lesson.
Yeah,
we know not to do that.
So you invited a boy.
Do not date boys from Instagram.
Yeah,
I'll repeat.
You invited a boy into your house. Well, he invited me over.
Okay.
To his house, and he was like, because I used to watch The Bachelor all the fucking time. That's my jam.
Okay.
And he's like, well, come over, let's watch The Bachelor, have wine, like, whatever.
Oh.
And I was like, oh my god, you kind of got me there, so like, I'm coming.
And can't say no to the time.
He was much older than me. Not like much older, but I was 19 and he was probably like 26 or 27. So I was like kind of infatuated by him.
Mm-hmm.
And we had mutual friends, so he wasn't like completely a stranger, but I knew him through like my brother and his friends, and then they were friends like down the line.
Okay.
So he invited me over and I was like, alright. He lived down by ASU and
I'm in college town.
Like just graduated high school. So I went over there and like his personality did a 180, dude. He was like
Sorry, song.
He was like this like bubbly, like goofy. Literally, our personalities just like meshed. It was over the phone, so I'm like, oh, whatever. But he was just really funny all the time. Blah blah. We got there and like he almost was like socially awkward. Like,
but it was just the 2 of you.
Yeah, and his roommate was there, but he ended up leaving. I never really talked to him.
Okay.
But it was like the weirdest thing. He like didn't know how to have conversation. He would say something and then like be uncomfortable with himself in a way.
Ew.
It was just really
what?
weird.
What's an example? You have to
Like,
explain.
He would like make a joke but not laugh. And then like, I'd be like, I can't tell if you're serious. And he's like, I'm kidding.
Maisie, I can just picture you in this situation. Like,
And I was like getting really nervous because I'm like, am I like dumb? Am I missing
Am I not getting the
Am I not
joke?
getting your joke? Or
I hate that when people are so awkward where they make you question yourself.
Yes.
Like, am I the awkward one?
yeah, and so I was just like, whatever, like maybe I'll just get through the show and I'll fucking leave. I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude.
What?
We sat down on the couch and I fucking kid you not. The show started and this motherfucker wouldn't shut up. He went from socially awkward to not shutting the fuck up. Like
And
there
during
was
a show.
no in between. And every time like a girl would walk out, I'd be like, do you see her shoes? Do you see her hair? Do you see the way she's talking? And I'm just like,
Yeah, I'm watching
I'm
my
watching
eyes.
it.
So
like-
get this, we're watching the same thing.
yeah. I was getting so annoyed. I'm like, okay, and like he wouldn't fucking shut up. And then I started to get like sappy because like I take this show very serious. Like I really invest into it and I'm really trying to like, who am I betting on?
Yeah.
Who's gonna fucking win this season? I
Okay.
have a good eye for it. And he just wouldn't stop talking. So I'm like, okay, got it. Yep. And I looked at him. I'm like, can we watch it? Can you stop talking? And he goes, ooh, you have an attitude. And I was like, well, I'm
No,
gonna
no,
love it.
no.
I'm gonna love it. And I was like,
Yes, it
and I kind of laughed it off. I'm like, no, I don't have a fucking attitude. It's really annoying. So the show's like coming close to an end.
Mm-hmm.
He like pauses it,
Oh god.
gets on top of me, dead ass. I'm sitting there on a couch like a normal couch person. Okay? I'm not joking. He pushes my shoulders down, like so I'm like my legs are still on the couch, like a couch person, and my chest is like laying down.
a backflip contortionist. shit.
Yeah. And I'm like laying there, I'm like, haha, at my back. One, I was uncomfy, and two, I was getting nervous.
See this whole thing.
He crawls on top of me like a woman would crawl on a man.
Ew.
And I was like, you're silly. Get off. And I was like, let's finish the show. And he kept trying to kiss me. I'm like, I'm not like that. Because that's like my go-to. I'm not like that.
I'm not like that.
I don't like kiss.
I'm not here for that. I just wanted to watch the show. And
I don't have a cable at home.
yeah, and he's like, okay, whatever. So he like got off me. We finished watching the show. And he fucking does it again. He grabs me by the back of the fucking neck and pulls me in. And I kind of laughed. And I was like, okay. Like I started to get uncomfortable. Because I'm like, this boy's not fucking playing around.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, it's late. I have class in the morning. Like, I gotta go. And he was like, it's only 11. And I was like, yeah, but I have to be up early.
11 is late.
I was
excuse
not
me.
even, like, in class.
I was gonna say, where were you?
No, I literally said I was going to college, and I wasn't. So I was like, I have to get up early for class. And he's like, oh, I can drive you in the morning. I'm like,
See?
I said, my car's here. I will drive it, and I'm just gonna
Yeah.
drive it home. And he's like, you don't want to stay the night? I'm like,
Nope.
I don't. Oh, this motherfucker.
Oh god.
It doesn't.
Okay,
And
so
I was just like not in a good state of mind. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah,
And
we
then I
don't know.
dated him after. Isn't that crazy?
that was your
Yeah,
first
that's-
date.
Yeah, that's also like the first sign of like
Maybe
the
don't.
relationship.
Yeah. Basically my whole
Of how-
relationship.
yeah.
Yeah.
All about
That was
him.
the first.
But that just goes to show how like sad I was.
Yeah, that you just put
That
up
I
with that.
actually was like I'm not really like that type of bitch. Like I'm a 50-50 kind of gal. Like
Mhm.
I'm gonna help you. You're
But
gonna help
the
me.
fact that he said
But like
that.
you're like gonna throw that in my face and be like I'm not paying for
Yeah.
a girl that I don't think I'm gonna talk to. I was like,
Yeah, it's different if a guy's like, oh, like I'm like tight on money, like maybe like we just pay for our own. I would still even be like, don't ask me out if you're gonna do it.
I was definitely
But-
that type of situation
Yeah.
because when we first started dating, like I was paying for his rent. I wasn't even living there, so I knew he was tight, but like
Yeah.
he could have said that.
or
Yeah,
let's do
it's
something that's not
different.
money.
Yes. Well, movie tickets like fucking $8.
Well, but no, I think it's also like at least be like, okay, I'll pay for myself and you pay for yourself. I'd be like, okay, I guess that's like fair, but don't be like, I'm not paying for you, you pay for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the fact that then you paid for him.
Yeah.
Makes
I think
me
I got
question.
so uncomfortable that I was just like 2 tickets, please, because there
Oh,
were people standing
yeah.
around, and instead of being like, him, like, I would
Yeah,
pay,
what do you
him
do?
go pay, so I was just like, oh, just...
You were young, too. You were, like, 18 when you guys started dating, huh?
I was 18.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Dang.
And then...
Oh God, what? What is this one?
Sandwich Boy.
Sandwich Boy!
I don't know, do you guys remember hearing about this, but...
No, I feel like not.
We went to the club, it was like one of, maybe like... Okay, so he came down from California, that's when we met.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up, like, staying with me for, like,
Oh, yeah, I remember
a couple nights.
Yes.
Yeah,
really
we were like,
this is going
we were
so
like,
great.
he's still there.
And then he changed his flight to stay longer.
Yes.
So he stayed longer, and he ended up staying with me all 4 days that he
Mhm.
decided to stay. And we went out for like his friend's birthday. And mind you, I have known this boy for a
4
total
days.
of 4 days.
Those 4 days.
Yes.
They met at the club. We watched it all happen.
Yeah, really weird.
That's another story for another day.
So we went to the club, and like everything, like it was like fun, like a normal club night.
Mm-hmm.
I think around 12 o'clock,
Uh-oh.
something happened to him. I don't know what happened, but something bad happened because we were walking out and he like starts crying, and I kind of looked over like he's not actually crying, is he?
Just full on like tears.
It was like tears. Like he was crying. It was obvious he was crying.
Okay.
And it was like a very mellow cry, and I'm like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
And he's like, and I kind of was like, "All right, let's just go. Like you're super fucked up. I want to go home." And he's crying, and I felt weird. And he
Sorry, my boyfriend's crying. We gotta go.
At that point, I had no idea what was going on, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, like let's just sit down, because now I feel like I'm responsible for you."
Yeah.
So
You're
I
my
was like,
child.
sit down. Are you okay? And he's like, I'm just going back to California, and I feel like you're never gonna talk to me
Oh,
again.
He
my
was
God.
crying
He
over
was
that.
like, I just like you so much, and you're never gonna talk to me.
And you dated him?
Yes! I'm not kidding.
You don't read the red flags.
I know. And then I was sitting there like, I'm like,
No, he's so in love.
I was like, you're fine. Yeah, I literally was like, oh my God, he really likes me. But I'm like, you're okay. Like, I'm gonna talk to you. We literally have already discussed this. You're gonna go back to California. I'll probably come visit in a couple weekends, and we'll see what happens. And he's just crying. Next thing you know, he starts bawling hysterically, like hyperventilating, and I'm
over
like,
you. That's still the same subject of like I'm scared.
yes.
Okay.
And I was like, so fucking.
And so you know what? Now I'm scared.
Yeah, you're scary.
And I'm trying to call an Uber because we're outside of the club, and this man is bawling his eyes out outside of the fucking club in front of all these people, and everyone's like walking right by.
Oh, God.
What's going on? I start walking away.
okay,
like,
it's okay.
And he was kind of following me. He starts yelling like, "You're never gonna talk to me! And I'm
Macy.
gonna miss you so much!" And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Screaming?
Yelling, dude. So, and then we're looking for this Uber because I'm like, I have to fucking get home. I'm like, I can't be out here. So I'm like, I'm fucking hustling for this Uber. I'm walking around, like, he's following me, screaming and fucking crying like a 2-year-old.
Oh my
Uber
God.
pulls up,
Oh,
and
God.
some guy, like, said something to me. I don't even think it was, like, inappropriate. I think he, like, made a comment. I don't even know what it was about. I almost said his name. Sandwich Boy stands up, and he goes, "What the fuck did you just say?" And the guy was like, "Oh man," I think he was like commenting on my shoes or something.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You want to fucking fight?" And now I got like, I'm in the Uber, and he's standing outside of the Uber.
So he went from cheers to fighting.
Yes, trying
love
to
a man
fight
that
this
can do it all.
random guy. And I'm like, "Get in the Uber, we're going home, get in the Uber." The Uber driver kicks us out, dude. Kicks us out.
So now you paid for an Uber that you can't get
And
out.
I'm seriously like, "No, I need to go home. I can leave him here, please. Like,
Just
me
take
home."
me.
And she's like, "No, like, I'm not waiting, like, anymore. Get out."
Oh
Like,
my
she was,
God.
like, first of all, she was a little twat. But
Sounds like
she wouldn't take us home, so I was like, okay, well, I'm fucking screwed. Now I'm here with a crybaby, and I don't have a ride home, so I ordered another Uber. Finally got in, and he's just crying the whole way home. We
Oh.
So
finally
he went back to crying after going to tough guy. Cry, tough guy, cry. Wow, okay.
We love being on our toes.
Yeah.
Never know
We
what to
finally get an
expect.
Uber, and he's bawling, and the Uber driver's like, "Is everything okay?" Like, she's like doing a 180 from the other one, and I'm like, "I don't know, just take us home. Like, I just need to go home." Like, I didn't even drink. I was completely sober because I had to work in the
Oh, it's even
morning.
worse.
Yikes.
And we got home, and he's like doing some weird shit. And honestly, later I found out that like I think he was taking something.
Mhm.
Because, like, I kind of saw those, like,
Yeah.
weird side
Signs.
effects, signs, yeah. So, but we got to my apartment, and I was like, I'm going to bed. I literally, and remember how my bathroom and my bedroom were connected?
Yeah.
I went into my bathroom, I locked the door, I went into my bedroom, I locked that door. He's literally, I deadass made him sleep on the kitchen floor. He's fucking like banging on my door.
No.
He's like, Macy, please let me in, I'm sorry, I just like you. And I'm like,
That's the problem.
you like me too much.
yeah, I was like, it's been 8 days, son, go to bed.
Oh my god. Okay, so that's completely different stories than ours. Ours were like
Yeah.
we were running away from the men, and
No,
your man was.
I've been like in bad situations, and then I dated them after, so that's even worse.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you dated both of them.
He woke up and he was like, I could tell he had like been like for real blacked out because he was literally sleeping on my kitchen floor. I have a fucking couch he could have slept on. He slept on the kitchen floor and like was just fucking delusional and like.
Did
the
he
next
remember
day,
what happened?
No, had no idea.
Oh my god.
He
And
was
I was
definitely
like-
on some shit.
I was like, did you take something? And he goes, I don't know.
So
and I
ye-
was
so
just like,
yes.
You
You don't
were
know.
literally crying all night long, and he's like,
Well, that's embarrassing.
oh, well, I'm sorry about that.
Oh, you're sorry.
I'm like, oh, gross. But then I dated him. So
Yeah.
Okay, well,
those are my
But look
gross.
where we are now.
single.
Well, look where you are now.
I
you
really
did it. So I think a lesson that we all learned is.
Well, like, okay, you share your lesson with, because our stories are all so different. Like,
I
what's
mean-
your lesson that you learned?
It's okay to not like them back, and it's okay to tell them that and not play nice. Like, if you want them to leave, say, leave my house, like, I'm uncomfortable.
You
instead
don't
of,
owe
like,
anyone anything.
yeah, don't beat around the bush. Like, just be honest and transparent. And I think also what I'm trying to remind myself now as I'm dating, or not really, but for when I do want to date, is just because I've had bad dates, don't let that discourage me from going on other dates. Like, I'm always like, he sucks, that means they all suck, like, fuck men, do this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I just need to be in the healthier mindset of, like, that's that story, that's that person, like, it's just not a good fit. Like, the next one will be good, and if it's not, like, it's just
Better.
leading me closer to the person that will fit with me, and not block and ghost.
I thought you just threw up there. I did not know what just happened.
Blocked. But I think it's just kind of, growing pains of just trying to remind myself, like, don't go into the toxic mindset of, like, everyone sucks, F you, F boys, blah, 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 and just be like,
just
no.
filtering out.
Yeah, like, you just gotta go through the bad ones to get to the good one, and it'll make you appreciate that one more.
Absolutely. Look where I am
That's
now.
my lesson. Yeah, you give me hope.
Also, don't cut yourself short. Like, don't feel unworthy of a fucking movie ticket, you guys.
Yeah.
Right? Doesn't want to pay for your movie ticket.
Uh-huh.
That's like the least they could do.
Exactly.
If they want to take you on a date, then that's what they owe you.
Oh,
yeah, 100%. If they ask you,
Yeah, don't ask me to go on a date and make me pay for
Mhm.
myself. That's fucking rude.
yes.
And if they're fucking crying, fucking run, bitch.
if they're crying after knowing you for a week,
on.
it's not
They
cute.
got problems,
It's psycho.
okay?
It's gonna get worse.
So what is
Let's
your
hear that.
tip, Macy?
Just know you're worthy, like, of something great. You don't have to, like, yeah, you can go on these dates and, like, know that, okay, maybe I don't click with this person. Don't feel like you have to settle, because that's obviously I'm really fucking good at that.
She knows what she's talking about.
Yeah, I tend to go on dates with boys and just fucking
Marry them.
marry them. That's fucking way different,
Okay.
luckily, but
Yeah.
just know you're worthy of so much more than
Yeah, if you're doubting any little part of it, you're doubting it.
Especially, like, the
Right.
first
I think that's
couple
your
dates.
first sign. Like,
Yeah.
if
The
you're not
first couple
all about
dates,
it.
yeah, the men should be like putting their best foot forward. Like, yeah, be yourself, but
Right. Yeah, because it
should
only gets
be-
worse from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not liking it on the first date, sweetie, you're not gonna like it
Yeah.
a year into it.
Uh-huh.
Oh God. Okay, Van, what
Yeah.
is your tip from all this? Because you got stories that were all over the place with.
I feel like
Different
mine,
men.
yeah, like kind of ties in to yours a little bit too. Just like it's okay to, like, not feel it, and that's totally fine, and be honest about it, because you would want somebody to be honest with you, right? Like, you don't want to sit through a whole date, and then later on find out that the person's like didn't even want to be there.
Yeah.
So I think being upfront is foremost good. And what? What did I just say?
Foremost good.
Upfront. What's that term?
I don't
Well,
know.
upfront and upfront and foremost.
Forward?
Is that a thing? Mike.
I mean, there's first and foremost.
First and foremost, be upfront.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I'm not gonna ever give you tips on grammar or how to talk, but I will give you dating tips. Okay.
Oh my god.
Moving on. I think another lesson is like I for sure know what I want, like down to a T exactly. Like I think I have a lot of experience and like different types of people. Like I've dated a lot of like different like ages and like people who are into different things, and I know exactly what I want from that. So I think it's good, like get out of your comfort zone a little bit.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you're like, maybe you're like, oh, this isn't somebody I would normally like talk to, but I'm just gonna try it. And it,
Pat,
yeah.
I would
And it worked out for you.
Yeah. Completely different than your
like,
last man.
never give. Okay, this sounds so fucking awful, but like just would not be like my type of man, and like low key, I feel like how is he with me? He's so amazing. So
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah.
Maybe dip your toes in the same box you've never been in.
Yes.
I like to say it.
Also, like your time, it's your time. When you're going on a date with a man, that's so precious time you can be investing into yourself. So people need to be respectful of taking that time away from you.
Yeah.
So know that that time is important, and if they're not going to treat you well,
Make it worth your while.
yeah, like if you don't feel like you need to be there, then don't be there, and that's fucking okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's good to like experience, but then now like moving forward, I would never like if I like meet or see somebody where like one little thing I'm like I don't think I'll like that, I say no like right away. Like
Instead of trying to test it more.
I used to be like yes, which I'm glad because now I'm like no.
Not you.
But you didn't know that you didn't like those
Exactly.
things
If I didn't say yes
experience
before. Yes.
100%.
So I think that's super helpful. Like when you're young, definitely go through that. I'm still young, but I'm glad I
Test it out.
have figured it out now.
Yeah,
I think that's good.
I love that.
Learn from our mistakes. Go on your shitty dates. To
Don't get
appreciate
locked.
the good ones.
Don't get locked in an apartment. Just call the fucking police.
Yeah. And don't date the guy that cries.
Yeah.
I know
And
you
also,
have
don't
ways.
date the guy that doesn't pay for your movie
You
ticket.
know, and don't date the
first
guy
date.
that blocks you.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to hear from him.
We're not waiting anymore.
Okay.
We're done with that. Remember.
Oh my god. I'm fine. Okay, we're all gonna go cry now. Well, maybe not Mace.
No, I'm okay. I feel good.
Oh gosh. Okay, guys, thanks for listening on our shit stories.
If you made it through.
If you made it through, we
For
hope it
real.
was entertaining because it was painful for us. So.
Yeah, reliving that's traumatizing.
Yeah, I didn't know about that house one.
I didn't either. I don't think you ever told us about that,
Yeah.
and you've just been bottling all that up.
How are you?
Wow.
Okay.
It was a while
See, you guys,
ago.
it's therapy. Shit
Yeah.
comes out.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay,
I
thanks,
think I also didn't say anything because I ended up going back to that same piece of shit. So instead of like,
yeah.
we just pretend like things don't
I'd
happen.
be like embarrassed,
It's,
yeah.
it's just
Or you just,
easier.
you block it.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, it never
Auto
happened.
delete.
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, I think we're gonna go eat.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks for listening.
Bye!
Bye.